His strong basics and innovative ideas have delighted taste buds around the world. Chef Edward Kwon embarks on an Asian culinary tour alone. But why?
The great chefs become lots of different world of experience.
Edward Kwon learns about various Asian cooking styles and introduces hot fusion recipes.
Please, bon appetit.
Will his dishes dazzle Asia? This week's destination is Korea's culinary city, Jeonju. The true flavors of Korea.
전 이 프로그램이 너무 좋은데요. 너무 잘 먹어요. 엔가 종류 전주의 맛을
A city of cuisine and style, Jeonju. The fantastic culinary journey begins now.
Oh my god.
Edward's destination for today is Jeonju in Korea. The city is traditionally known for its culinary culture. Surprisingly, it's Edward's first time in the city.
Finally, I arrived in Jeonju, and especially Jeonju is one of the traditional Korean food representing to the actually country. 콩나물, 국밥, and bibimbap, and especially palace cuisine as well. Please come with me and let's go check it out.
The first famous chef he'll be meeting today is at Kwon, a classy hanjeongsik restaurant.
계세요. 안녕하십니까 선생님. 아유, 안녕하세요. 아유, 제가 또 한번 뵙고 싶었습니다. 아이고, 이쪽에 악수라도 한번 해주시죠.
The restaurant is led by artisan Yoo In-ja. She is a student of the late Hwang Hae-sung, who was the master chef of the Joseon Dynasty royal cuisine. She promises to show him Jeonju's traditional hanjeongsik. The food is served. In the old days, Jeonju was a town of noble aristocrats, which is why hanjeongsik, an aristocratic style of meal, became so well developed. Seafood from the West Sea, grains from the rich fields, and various vegetables from the mountains all play important roles in the colorful Jeonju hanjeongsik.
선생님 음식이 정말 많은데 이게 한 몇 가지 정도 되죠?
한 30가지 정도 되지 않을까요? 계절마다 메뉴는 좀 바꿔지거든요.
아, 계절마다 메뉴를 바꾸시고요.
Hanjeongsik in Jeonju is truly different. The presentation is neat and spectacular at the same time. Edward tries the 구절판 by wrapping 9 different ingredients in the thin pancake. As in other times, when he's eating good food, he quietly concentrates on the flavors.
선생님도 식사 잘 못하시죠?
그러죠.
남들은 이런 밥을 차려주시면서 정작 본인은 국 같은 거 하나에다가 밥에다가 그냥 이렇게 훌훌 말아갖고 드시고.
항상 12첩 반상을 차리지만
네.
3첩 우리 집에서 먹는 건 3첩 반상.
Chef Yoo In-ja works very hard to preserve the traditions of Jeonju's hanjeongsik, and it shows in the deep, savory flavors of her food.
It was amazing. Actually, it was huge. There's more than, I believe, 30 kinds of food. So, it was amazing. 혹시 선생님이 생각하실 때, 궁중 요리에서 에드워드 건, 이 요리는 내가 볼 때는 외국 사람이 분명히 좋아할 것이다.
전주 지역의 전통 음식인데요.
네.
화전이라고 하기도 하지만 또 utjiji.
utjiji?
예, utjiji라고.
그럼 혹시 괜찮으시다면 선생님 저에게 그 화전을 만드는 법을 좀 가르쳐 주실 수는 있으실지 부탁드리겠습니다. 제가 부탁드리겠습니다.
알겠습니다.
가르쳐 주시겠습니까? 감사합니다. 야.
Edward gets a chance to learn how to make Jeonju's hwajeon.
우선은 재료를 한번 설명을 해주시죠.
화전을 만들기 위해서는요.
네네.
이 찹쌀가루가 필요하고요.
그렇죠, 찹쌀가루.
Cactus, gardenia, and green tea are used to create the various colors in the dough. The key is to get the right consistency.
이 반죽의 농도는 자기 귓볼을 만져보면
제가 한번 또 이게 보통 보면 서양 요리하는 사람들이 그 함박 스테이크라 그러잖아요. 그러면 이렇게 딱 뜯어서 고기 넣고 이러면서 때리잖아.
In the same way, make different colored doughs with gardenia, cactus, and green tea, and then fry in oil.
약간 부풀어 올라야지 익은 거거든요.
Just like this. Next, put in red bean filling in the dough.
여기에 이제 고명을 올려야 돼.
Mix the chopped chestnuts and jujubes. Place them on top of the hwajeon and sprinkle some sugar.
자, 드디어 요인자 선생님의 화전이 완성됩니다. 야.
The delicate colors and elegant form make it a quintessential Korean dish.
제가 한번 맛을 보도록 하겠습니다.
What does it taste like?
이 찹쌀의 쫄깃함, 거기에 밤과 대추가 싹 어우러지면 설탕에 싹 씹히는 것이 이런 음식이 없어요, 정말. 진짜 simple. If I say something about Jeonju food, simple. That's what it is.
That same afternoon, Edward decides to look for Jeonju's famous makgeolli alley. There are a total of 6 makgeolli alleys in Jeonju. He's going to one that was recommended by locals.
Oh, I think this is the place what they're talking.
He arrives at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's a little bit early for drinking.
Wow, this is totally amazing.
But the place is already so crowded that it's hard to find a seat. Everybody seems to be enjoying makgeolli. He's not much of a drinker, but he takes a seat.
네. 야, 이렇게나 많이? 오 마이 갓.
삼계탕.
삼계탕? 파전. 계란 후라이.
뒷집.
이거 한 주에 이만큼을 주신다고?
The restaurant has a strange charm that makes even Edward crave some drink. He tries the various foods that come with the makgeolli.
It was way too many. But, of course, it was such a shock as well. Also, taste was very good as well, so I was very impressed.
Different food is served with every kettle, so Edward orders 2 more kettles. He served gaejangbap, which is made with seasoned fresh crab, and also a live and kicking small octopus.
This is totally amazing. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. 정말 믿기지가 않아요. 왜냐면 이 가격에 이런 음식을 받아본 적이 단 한 번도 없었거든요. 남으세요?
제가 좀 정이 많아요. 손님한테 막 그냥
퍼주는 막.
그런 게 있어요.
그래서 이 집이 대박집인 것 같아요.
딱 그거 하나인데 손님들이 그걸 아시거든요. 그리고 한 주전자 드시고 계시면 이거는 다음에는 꼭 노보도 갖고 와갖고 꼭 3주나 4주나 먹겠다. 근데 그렇게 하세요. 진짜.
I'll say friendship. I think the Korean rice wine, which is makgeolli, I think it's friendship.
Edward's first day in Jeonju comes to an end. He spends the night at a traditional hanok. What new flavors will he encounter tomorrow? It's a new morning in Jeonju. The tranquility of the hanok village is charming in its own quiet way.
Just wake up and feel so good, which is I slept actually on hanok. It's so refreshing at the moment. Anyway, I'm so hungry and then very early in the morning, so let's go and taste it. And then 콩나물 국밥, which is bean sprout soup. So come with me and taste it.
He goes for 콩나물 국밥 to soothe his stomach from last night's adventure.
선생님 안녕하세요.
어머.
안녕하십니까.
안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
The owner of the restaurant is kimchi master An-myung-ja. She is the chairperson of a kimchi research center, and her works contribute greatly to globalizing kimchi. She's so passionate about introducing the Korean flavors of kimchi in Japan that she hosts a kimchi making festival there every year. What's special about her 콩나물 국밥?
그냥 뭐 그렇게 오래 기다리진 않은 것 같습니다. 이게 이 집의 콩나물 국밥인가요? 평소 제가 보던 콩나물 국밥은 김치가 이렇게 빨갛고 고춧가루가 좀 있었는데.
저희 집은
네네.
콩나물 국밥에
네네.
백김치를 사용하고 있어요.
백김치요? 백김치요?
An-myung-ja says the baek-kimchi 콩나물 국밥 is a milder and simpler tasting version of the dish that makes it popular among foreigners as well. Edward gives it a try.
Especially the bean sprout soup is not used to be what I had before. Usually we using the red cabbage kimchi and shred it. It was really good.
Before learning how to make baek-kimchi, Edward decides to have a taste of the master's kimchi.
야, 독이네요. 항아리.
Even at a glance, the color is vivid and fresh. It's different from other kimchi Edward has seen before. The best way to taste kimchi is by ripping it with your hands. Edward gives it a try.
입에다 넣어드려야죠.
고맙습니다.
The cabbage is still crispy and delicious with rich and deep flavors.
This kimchi is not what I used to be tasted in Seoul, especially I would say depends on some people who are they making. And this kimchi, basically a lot of condiments inside, but it's very clean cut, and then still I can taste cabbage as well, which is very good kimchi, what I can say. 자, 그럼 이제 백김치를 만드는 법을 선생님께 제가 한번 배워보도록 하겠습니다. 보여주시죠.
First, finely chop the vegetables that go into the kimchi.
절여진 배추에 고명으로 야채를 넣어주고요.
Use cabbage that has been pickled in sea salt.
알록달록 뭐 우리
예술이에요, 예술.
나오고
예,
있습니다.
예.
네. 자, 이제 국물을 만들어야 돼요.
But there's got to be more than this to the master's kimchi.
뭔가 다르거든요, 지금 이 안에서. 하지만 뭐 알려주시죠. 알려주세요, 선생님.
저쪽에 있어요.
저쪽에?
한번 가보실래요?
야, 이게 뭐죠? 야, 이게 무슨?
In the yard, there is a deep well. This is the water that is used in the restaurant.
네, 이게 바로 전주 맛의 비밀이고
네.
저희 김치 맛의 비밀이에요.
아, 우물. 물이
물이에요.
좋아야 된다.
네.
음식은 물이 좋아야 된다.
그렇죠.
야, 또 역시 우리나라 음식은 물이 다르기 때문에 김치면 모든 음식이 맛있을 수밖에 없다라는 생각이 들었습니다.
Add garlic, ginger, and the juice from salted shrimp to the water from the well. Last, mix in the starch from glutinous rice, and the broth is ready to be poured over the pickled cabbage.
숙성시키면 완전 다른 맛으로 바뀌죠. 네.
In about a week, the baek-kimchi will be ready to eat. On the outside, it looks pretty much the same.
한번 맛보시겠어요? 이거 일주일 전에 담아서
일주일 됐어요?
네.
Edward first takes a bite out of the baek-kimchi, and then tries the broth.
아, 이게 거의 성형수술이군요. 네. 비포 애프터라고 돼 있잖아요. 방금 나온 건 이랬던 애가 especially the water. Each ingredient you need to respect a lot. I think this is a really great example to what I can say to our viewers, which is basically you need to respect.
That afternoon, Edward sets out to visit another restaurant.
One of the most famous Chinese food, which is Koreans, they love that. and the name is jjajangmyeon, which is black bean noodle. And especially in Jeonju, there's one particular place they made entirely different than what anybody else. So I go and check it out.
How unique could black bean paste noodles be? Edward marches right into the restaurant. He looks at the food on the tables with interest. What has intrigued him?
Usually black bean noodle is supposed to be like black color, but it's not like outside brown. It's Korean bean paste noodle. I'm very excited to see it, but I can see a lot of people inside the restaurant.
Soon, the dwenjang sauce noodles is served. The big chunks of seafood make it look even more delicious. How does it taste?
It's completely different than black bean Chinese noodle. They're a little bit spicy, but as for the Westerner, I'm definitely sure it's not really spicy. It's completely different than what I expected. And then Korean bean paste noodle, I think I need to ask him before I leave how they make it.
Edward practically inhales the dwenjang sauce noodles, even every bit of the sauce. Who is the chef behind this dish? After some waiting, Edward finally gets to meet him.
아유 선생님 안녕하세요. 야.
It's Hong Chong-gyu, a Chinese cuisine chef.
그래서 된장을 따로 이 속에 항아리 안에 두시고.
The dwenjang used in the restaurant is traditional style bean paste. He says he makes his secret sauce by stir-frying this dwenjang in oil.
원재료가 좋으니까 맛있을 수밖에 없겠네요, 그죠? 보통 보면 짜장 하면 춘장 쓰고 된장을 쓰시게 된 무슨 배경이 있으신가요?
네, 제가 중화요리를 한 45년 했어요, 지금.
대선배님이시죠?
네,
대선배님이시죠?
우리 된장 갖고 짜장을 만들면 어쩔까 이런 생각을 해갖고 시작을 했어요.
지금 이렇게 양파.
Cook together pork, cabbage, zucchini, carrots, and onions. Add chili pepper powder and chili pepper from the Chunjang region.
Wow.
And add the secret sauce made with dwenjang. Finally, pour in some homemade anchovy stock.
육수가 맛있으면 음식은 다 맛있게 돼요.
그렇죠. 그냥 자장면 한 그릇일 뿐인데 사실 이런 음식이 나오기까지 많은 시행착오를 겪으셨을 테고.
해버리기도 많이 내버리죠.
Now put in a generous amount of fresh shrimp and squid and cook it well. Starch is used just as in black bean sauce.
이렇게 국물 요리 같은 경우에 빼직하게 이 전분을 풀어주셔야 적은 양으로 빨리 농도를 맞추고 그 맛도 유지할 수 있다는 거 기억하시기 바랍니다.
Chef Hong says it took him 2 years to develop this dwenjang sauce. The sauce is finally ready. It's an authentically Korean noodle recipe which doesn't use Chinese-style chunjang. How does freshly made dwenjang sauce taste?
이거 레시피 적어야 될 것 같아요. 제가 볼 때는. A lot of people actually they only wants to follow as a different like culinary technique. Jeonju actually itself they really respect of traditions. So that's why the people who really respect actually Jeonju food as well.
Finally, the culinary adventure of Jeonju comes to an end. Edward had a taste of Jeonju's hanjeongsik and learned how to make Jeonju-style hwajeon. He learned the kimchi master's recipe for baek-kimchi, which taught him the importance of ingredients. And he fell in love with Korean-style dwenjang sauce noodles. What kind of hot recipe will he present in Jeonju? Today's panel for the hot recipe enters. The panel includes Master Chef Yoo In-ja and citizens of Jeonju.
예, 안녕하십니까? 안녕하세요. 오늘 와주셔서 너무너무 감사드리고요. 오늘 음식은 닭고기를 가슴살을 저온조리해서 굉장히 부드럽게 조리한 뒤에 여러 가지 간장이라든가 우리 야채를 사용을 해서 우리의 채소를 사용을 해서 만들어진 하나의 서양화된 단품 요리입니다. 그래서 오늘 드시고 편안하게 그 피드백 주셨으면 고맙겠습니다. 고맙습니다. 감사합니다. 감사합니다.
Preparation for today's hot recipe begins. Today's hot recipe is chicken breast cooked at a low temperature with cherry sauce, served with a salad.
Prepare the mixing bowl, put it the cucumber and bean sprout and wild sesame leaves as well. Apple vinegar with a little bit extra virgin olive oil.
Chicken breast is cooked at a low temperature and then grilled in a pan with mushrooms for added texture. Once the chicken and mushroom are done, it's time for the cherry sauce. Stir-fry onions, garlic, and cherries. Later adding soy sauce, starch syrup, and yuzu.
So pour the on top of the chicken breast, a little bit of microgreens and garnish.
Finally, today's hot recipe. Chicken breast cooked at a low temperature with cherry sauce served with a salad. And it's ready.
오래 기다리셨죠? 오늘 준비한 음식은 좀 재밌게 좀 식사하시라고 우리 그 미국의 시리얼 라이스 크리스피를 좀 씹히는 식감을 들고 오히려 좀 저녁 식사보다는 그냥 점심에 간단하게 그냥 오늘 즐거운 식사 되시고요. 좋은 피드백 주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
The hot recipe is served to the panel. Chicken breast is a tricky ingredient to get to taste just right, and the panel is eager to see Edward's approach. The panel delves into the dish. Edward often used traditional Korean ingredients like dwenjang and kimchi in other countries, but in Jeonju, he used fresh, local ingredients and cooked them in a Western style. What will the panel say?
전주 사람들도 담백한 음식을 좋아하는데 상당히 담백하고 고소한 면도 있지만 굉장히 깔끔한 어떤 그런 것들을 내포를 하고 있는 것 같습니다.
닭가슴살처럼 이제 좀 퍽퍽하고 뜨거운 그런 느낌들이 뭐 숙주라든가 이런 나물들이 같이 이렇게 들어가가지고 온화하게 표현한 뭐 그런 느낌들이 들어요.
What does Yoo In-ja, artisan of 한정식 cuisine, have to say?
그 닭가슴살에다가 여기에 부재료로 쓴 오이라든지 숙주라든지 버섯 이런 것은 우리 한식에서 다 응용하는 그러한 식자재잖아요. 캐비어, 뭐 체리 이런 것이 섞어서 거부거부 반응이 있다든지 그러지 않고 그냥 조화롭고 자연스럽네요. 맛이.
I never had experience before in my life. The first time. That means the people here, the smell, the people itself is so clean, simple, and warm welcoming. This is only what I can say.
This time, it's off to the vast plains of Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia.
Hi, how are you?
Why was Edward invited to speak at a culinary institute? And surprising events that could only take place here. It doesn't get any more real than this. A culinary journey of a vast scale unfolds in the Mongolian plains next week.